Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Rogue Report podcast. My name is Matt, and I am back yet again. I took another week off, but it was the 4th of July weekend. 4th of July is normally our camping trip for me and my wife. We normally go and take our, what is about maybe an hour and a half drive. Normally we take that trip and we'll go out to our camp and, spend maybe the weekend there. Normally do 3 or 4 days. Normally get there maybe Thursday night, Friday morning, and come home midday Saturday. Or midday Sunday, rather. We didn't do that this year. We actually went over to my brother's house, did the old traditional cookout. It was a nice family day. That was the one thing about the 4th of July this year. It was just a family day. Where it was, me and my wife and her dad and sister were there. My parents were there. My brother obviously was there with his wife. My sister-in-law's parents were there. It was just a nice big blended family day of, just hanging out in the back, in the backyard. I remember I grilled up some burgers and some dogs. We had the classic spread for your 4th of July party. You got your burgers, your dogs, your cut up fruits, your pasta salads, your beans. We had some beans, of course. Everything was good. There was this moment though, where I'm pretty sure at least 3 or 4 of us almost shit ourselves. Over at the house was my cousin, and he had brought his dog with him. We love the dog, and she's very codependent on Scott. When he walks away, the dog tends to lose her mind a little bit. She doesn't know when he's coming back, even though he's only been gone for 15 seconds. And the way that the porch is set up, like my brother's back deck porch, the way that it's set up is the door, when you walk in, you walk to the left. Now, when the dog saw him walk to the left, she thought that he just went to the left. And off to the left of the balcony is nothing, is a nice, probably 10-foot drop to the ground. And when she was just running around looking for him frantically, and she fucking jumped up onto the railing. That is not, I don't know how this dog, she's not a big dog, but she's not a toy dog, and maybe little, in between, a medium-sized, average-sized dog, kind of a little below average size. And she was standing on this 2x4 railing of a balcony, all 4 paws standing on top of it. She's wearing a harness. I was literally 1 second away from grabbing her harness and just yanking her. I didn't know if she was going to fall down 10 feet and hurt herself. Oh my God. It was this massive anxiety rush. I just remember I'm oh yeah, now I'm ready. Let's go run a mile. Oh my Lord. I thought the dog was going down. Other than that, we don't necessarily do the fireworks thing, so nobody loses their fingers. Where I'm at in my neighborhood, I don't have to worry about not seeing fireworks because people are going to set them off anyway. We live in the neighborhood here in Pennsylvania. You're not necessarily allowed to shoot off fireworks wherever you're at. Last year, maybe somebody got a warning, because I will say the one dude who normally shoots off fireworks in my neighborhood did not see him shoot off one firework this year, because last 4th of July, maybe a block and a half over from my house, somebody's garage caught on fire. And that's just one of those things where it's oh yeah, maybe you shouldn't be doing this in the first place. So I don't, plus fireworks are always the same thing. I don't understand what the thing is about fireworks and going and watching fireworks shows. I understand that it's something to see, but once you see the same fireworks so many times, I don't know, it just gets boring, especially if you're going to watch a show or watch a fireworks show. I mean, here in Pittsburgh, they have, I think they're called Zambelli Fireworks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Zambelli Firework Company is what's normally coming out of here in Pittsburgh. So it's if you ever see the fireworks for Steeler games at Acrisure, we do the regatta here in the rivers. That's the Zambellis. Stationed technically out of Warrendale, but shut up. Anyway, the topic for today, I mean, I just wanted to like catch up on what the hell I've been doing here for the past couple of days. Obviously, we have the holiday and I had an episode off. The bigger topic is something that I've actually wanted to cover for quite some time now. And what that is, overweight athletes. And not necessarily larger athletes, because there's a lot of like large athletes. Okay, so for example, somebody that I've probably mentioned dozens of times on either, this podcast or just this channel is Andre the Giant. Now, I'm a big fan of professional wrestling, of course. Now, I can, you can look at Andre the Giant and say that he was overweight, but obviously he was just over, he was just a large person. They called him the eighth wonder of the world for whatever reason. Look at him. But when you're in WWE, especially professional wrestlers, and we're going to talk about like athletic abilities and stuff like that, Andre the Giant was a larger man. And I'm not going to say that he was fat. I mean, of course he was, but I just don't understand like how he would fit on, that list in particular. The one person though that started this whole thought process in the first place is the boxer named Eric Esch. I'm pretty sure is how you would say his name. Yeah, Eric Esch, Esch, is famously known as Butterbean the boxer. And obviously, if you don't know who I'm talking about, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Just think of a little short, fat, white guy who wore the red, white, and blue trunks. And this is a boxer who was like popular from the like early 90s to the early 2000s. Actually, right here, his career spanning from 94 to 2002. His max listed weight fighting at 417 pounds. Former IBA super heavyweight champion and accolades of 77 career wins and 58 knockouts. Losing... hold on one second. He won 51 straight matches before falling to Billy Zumbrun and Larry Holmes in 2001. And ever since his exit from professional boxing, he's bounced around from various forms of professional fighting, including MMA and pro wrestling. Now, me particular don't necessarily remember if he's ever done anything in WWE. I'm sure he has. Oh, holy shit. Butterbean versus Bart Gunn at WrestleMania, what would that be? WrestleMania 15 and 1999, if that's a real thing. Butterbean defeats Bart Gunn in a first-round knockout with a powerful right hand showcasing his 300-pound power, and that was at a WrestleMania, so maybe that was just a random gimmick match that was supposed to have, like, maybe that was an actual boxing match that they performed at WrestleMania that year. Butterbean has had presence in WWE primarily through appearances in boxing matches during the In Your House events. Oh, sure. Okay, I do remember that. He faced Bart Gunn at WrestleMania. Most recently, he's been involved in WrestleCon events as part of Combat Icon lineups alongside other combat sports legends. He had a fight between him and Mike Tyson. That's a really big bloody picture. They're both all fucked up. Butterbean competed in 2 different boxing matches within WWE sanctioned events. That makes sense. Not necessarily wrestling. How old are you, Butterbean, currently right now? You are 58 years old, and it's saying that you still weigh 378 pounds, but something tells me that is incorrect. And standing at 6 foot tall, which I would say is kind of a rather average height, I would say. I don't know, somewhere between 5'10" and 6 foot. For whatever reason, I just thought of that, and I'm like, when I think of like a fat guy, like a fat athlete, that he's like the number one person that I would go to. But I would say the most popular fat athlete of all time is Babe Ruth. There's a lot of names on this list that I'm looking up here right now. Is just a bunch of, overweight athletes. Babe Ruth, his career spanning obviously from 1914 to 1935. Max listed playing weight being 254 pounds. 7-time World Series champion, 714 career home runs, all-century team. You would look at Babe Ruth at that time period and obviously say that he was a bigger guy. Somebody else that is on this list that is like literally, okay, so literally in between Babe Ruth and the next baseball player is Shaq. Shaq's max weighted playing was 324 pounds, playing from 1992 all the way to 2011. 15 All-Star, 2000 MVP, 4-time NBA champion. I feel like everybody knows Shaq. I mean, whether you know Shaq from his time, playing with the Lakers, the Heat, or the Magic, whatever. Growing up and playing basketball, I was a bigger dude. I played basketball like in my earlier years before high school and stuff like that. Currently I'm 6'4". I think I'm 6'4". And it's not like I'm going to get taller, but when I played basketball, I was always playing at the center position because I was taller than everybody else in my class. See, my whole thing is I really didn't watch a whole lot of basketball, but Shaq, being as tall as he was, not even super tall. He wasn't even the tallest. He might have just been a plumpy guy. I feel like Charles Barkley would have been I would look at Charles Barkley and say, like, oh, you're way fatter than Shaq. I'm going to even see if Charles Barkley's on this list because he totally belongs on this list. No, he's not even here. Bullshit. When I mentioned Shaq, before I mentioned Shaq, I was talking about Babe Ruth and saying that time period, maybe he was a little fat. But then you get up to, a little bit more recent years of somebody playing baseball, and that would be David Ortiz, or also famously known as Big Papi. Big Papi played from 1997 to 2016 at the max weight of 230 pounds, which, that's actually a little bit less weight than Babe Ruth. Big Papi being a 3-time World Series champion, World Series MVP in 2013, 10-time All-Star, 541 career home runs. Good for you, sir. My biggest memory of Big Papi would have been after the marathon bombing and all that stuff happened. The city was shut down for however long they were down for. And then they had a game. And he comes out with this motivational speech after the anthem, first pitch or whatever. And then he just takes the mic and he's saying, thanking the police and the first responders, thanking the mayor, thanking the governor. And then he just rips out that line, "This is our fucking city." And I'm like, I will ever just for whatever reason, I have to always respect, in that, obviously in that moment of time where, you're down from a terrorist attack like that, really evil happens in the world all the time. But for, somebody like this who actually has a heart, that's when you can tell somebody's who's an actual good person. You can go through and see what type of charity work Ortiz has done in his past. Let's switch gears here because I've done baseball. That's soccer. A soccer player named Diego Maradona. I feel like that's how you pronounce that. Career span from 76 to 1998. Max listed playing weight of 220. 311 career goals. 1986 FIFA World Cup champion. Argentina's most celebrated soccer player ever, more than Messi. No shit. I don't even know. I've never heard of your fucking name. Folk hero status. Through his career, he's also struggled with cocaine addiction, post-playing days. Battling addiction. In his post-playing days, nearly lost his life to cardiac issues. Received gastric bypass surgery to help him shed a good deal of weight. There's no way that he's the only athlete to, perform, perform or compete at an overweight build and then possibly continuing to keep gaining weight, especially after you're done running around and exercising like you are when you're playing a sport, and then to basically go into sitting on the goddamn couch. There's no doubt in my mind that most athletes have struggled with weight gain in particular after their careers. Another soccer player who is just going by the name of Fat Ronaldo, which literally being compared, where is your actual name? Hold on. Career spanning from 81 to 99, 309 career goals, 2-time World Cup champion, 2-time Ballon d'Or winner, which I don't know what that means. Even in comparison to players like Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, this Ronaldo's career resume stands among some of the best. Talented striker reached a later stage in his life on the pitch. Especially his short-lived stunt with AC Milan back in 2007. When he retired in 2011, he admitted that he was more prompted by his declining physique. I wonder how many people actually do struggle with that now that I've brought that up, because there's no doubt in my mind that there's, a lot of fat people in the NFL. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, some at times they just don't belong in said position. There was a fat dude who played quarterback for like the Giants. Hold on. Fat QB for Giants? Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this fucking guy. Who is this guy? What's your name? Oh, he died. Oh, shit. The New York Giants fat quarterback was Jared Lorenzen. He was known as the Hefty Lefty due to his 285-pound frame, and he threw left-handed. He was signed by the Giants as an undrafted free agent, spent 4 seasons with the team, primarily as a third-string back, and back up to Manning. Lorenzen was he has a Super Bowl ring with the Giants. Yo, bro, you're fat. You are fat. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, in all honesty, I did not know that this man actually passed away July 3rd of 2019, so not too far from that day. 320 pounds? No fucking way. He's fatter than that. Oh my God, he was 38 years old. That's sad. That is so fucked. Oh, wow. Okay, so it says 320 pounds on one thing, 400 on another thing. It's saying that on Wikipedia, his weight was 284. Hefty Lefty. Was his name on this list? There's no way that his name was on this list because he was a third string quarterback. I can't believe I just randomly pulled this dude out of nowhere. Cause bro, this dude's a big boy, bro. Oh my Lord. Anyway, next on the list, somebody. We have to switch sports here because, that's really funny because I guess American football, professional football, you're not going to find a lot of overweight people because, of course, they're overweight. They're going to be overweight. The 400 pound quarterback is completely different. The only person that I'm finding on this list that is a football player is the refrigerator, William Perry. Career spanning from 1985 to 1994, max weight playing at 335 pounds, Super Bowl 20 champion, first All-American at Clemson. He scored the touchdown in Super Bowl 20. It was a handoff, right? They put him on the offense, which obviously that happens, but that doesn't happen a lot. I want to say the last time that I actually remember that happening is when J.J. Watt scored a touchdown for the Cardinals. I don't think he did it for the Texans. He probably did it for the Texans and the Cardinals, but he's one of the last people that I remember seeing being able to do that, where this is what it says right here. During Super Bowl 20, Fridge helped them win the Super Bowl in the process, scoring a touchdown during the game when Mike Ditka put him in at fullback. I remember times when they tend to do that. I'm not saying that the bigger guy's gonna always score. It's just like a momentum thing. It's the same thing as why the fucking Eagles are so good at doing the tush push is because of it has something to do with momentum, but obviously, they're so fucking good at it. I really wish they would get rid of that. I'm not that big of a fan of it. Unless you have like Jalen Hurts as your fantasy quarterback, then it's not that big a deal. I remember I think it's the play, it's called the Miami. I know this has nothing to do with a fat athlete anymore right now. It's more along the lines of just switching positions. Playing like offensive players playing defense or defense playing offense. And it happens, but it doesn't happen. I mean, they just drafted that dude, Travis Hunter is new to the NFL. And I think he's now in the Saints or wherever the fuck he went. I don't fucking know. Or no, he went to the Jaguars. I think he went to the fucking Jaguars. He's listed as a cornerback for the. Oh, nope. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's listed as a wide receiver. It's really funny when I look him up on like if you Google Travis Hunter, it comes up his name, and then underneath his name it says football cornerback, but he's currently listed on the Jaguars at number 12, and he's playing wide receiver. So I guess they'll figure that the fuck out come this September. But what I was gonna say is another time that I remember somebody switching sides of the ball rather is it's the play that they called the Miami Miracle. And this was the Dolphins versus the Patriots. This is when Brady and Gronk were still in Boston playing on the Patriots. And what it was this lateral play at the end of the game where Miami was able to move the ball from basically, like, I'm guessing the 30, like a touchback, and get it into the end zone while the clock expired. But a part of the defense, on the defense, was Gronk. Gronk was basically playing stronger free safety at that point, just staying back, trying to stop the play from happening. And his big ass couldn't even fucking stop the play from happening. I think it was Kenyon Drake would have been the running back who scored that game-winning touchdown. And it blew everybody's mind. All right, another sport, another fat person. I'm fat. I just don't play sports. Here we go. I mean, if we're going to talk about fat guys playing sports, we have to talk about John Daly, because I feel like he's basically everybody's spirit animal. Anybody that ever wanted to be an athlete and was like, "You're too fat," and John Daly's like, watch me, because it's all. In all honesty, I don't understand. Okay, so. Anybody that would sit there and laugh at me or make fun of me for caring so much about professional wrestling, golf as a sport is absurd. In all honesty, it's. I understand the sport aspect of it. I understand that it's a competition, but it's a leisure activity. It's kind of elitist for people who think that they're better than other people or whatever. I'm not going to shit on golf. I like to participate. I've played I basically played 9 holes at a par 3 or par 4, whatever you want to call that. I've done that one time. I've gone to the driving range a bunch of times. I have an issue where I can't turn one of my arms. I can't oscillate my right arm completely. I can stick my left arm out and hold my palm face up. It's up in the air. My right arm turns and basically stops at a thumbs up. I can't turn my arm to the right anymore. It just stops. And I'm right-handed, so that kind of always fucks me up with sports, especially golf, because every time I swing a club and hit the ball, it never goes straight. It always curves to the right. I need to hold it a certain way. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm also not trying to learn how to play golf, because I feel like it can be a really expensive sport for no reason. Even going and playing a couple of holes at any goddamn, you have to be a member of a country club, and then you got to select a time for a tee off. I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of bullshit, a waste of money and a waste of space. Anyway, we have John Daly, who started his career in 1987, and he's still playing golf from 1987 until this day. Max listed playing weight at 276 pounds. Word? I should be a professional golfer. Fuck it. I'm terrible though. I'm legit dog water. Accolades for Mr. Daly. We have 1991 PGA championship champion. All right. 95 British Open champion, and he also just has 19 professional victories. Fattest and most unapologetic guys around, yielding less and less weight of his results. His weight ballooned in the early 2000s, forcing him to receive lap band surgery for the sake of his health. Hey, see, there we go. People have to be doing this quite often. Able to get below 200 pounds at one point, but he hasn't much. This is fucking rough. He was able to get below 200 pounds at one point in result of his surgery, but as you can see from the picture above, he hasn't had much trouble putting any back on. You're fucking ignorant. Yeah, every time I see a picture of John Daly, I mean, like, I don't necessarily wear the colorful fucking clothes that he wears, but, like, I could just imagine what I would be like on a golf course. This motherfucker's walking around. He smokes like a pack of cigarettes and drinks 12 Diet Cokes during a tournament. Like, he's just nuts. And I also know about his, like, he had his gambling issues in the past where he, I swear he won a big tournament, like a PGA sanctioned event. And he took the purse, like his winnings from said tournament, wherever they were close enough to Vegas. And he just went to a Vegas casino and donked his winnings into nothing. Oh my lordy. Now, all right. I think I'm actually just going to wrap this up here because I pretty much, like, anybody else that's on this list, it's, oh, look, another football person. Oh, Vince Wilfork. Yeah, sure. I know who Wilfork is. Because, yeah, he's, it says that he's still playing, which I don't think that's true. Obviously this article is going to be a little old. Max listed playing weight of 220 or 325, two-time Super Bowl winner, five-time Pro Bowler, first All-Team Pro 2001. Yeah, that's right. He was the, wasn't he the guy that carried no. I don't think that was him. I gotta find this now. I don't think he was the guy. But on the Patriots, there was a big fat linebacker who got like very, very close to a kick return for a touchdown. I don't think it was him. No, it was Dan Connolly. 71-yard kick return. Dan Connolly. Look that up. Just look up New England Patriots, Dan Connolly, 71-yard kick return. It's not a kick return. He did not get it into the end zone, but 71 yards, and I'm pretty sure they tackle him right here near like the 5-yard line. And he is a big boy. He's such a big dude, and he stiff arms the guy. They get him down. They barely get him down inside the 5. It's disgusting that this big boy of a linebacker almost returned this kick like it was fucking nothing. Oh my Lord, that's a good one. Anyway, yeah, I'll end on that. Go watch that video. I'll put the link to the video in my description. But with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by the channel, listening to this episode of the Rogue Report. Please check out other content on the channel, such as the SCP podcast or gaming videos. So you might find something that you like. Who knows? Once again, thank you for stopping by and keep your ear to the ground for the next episode. Until then, we will see you later.